Good day, Ruskin enjoyers. Right, so we're awaiting the first Halloween Rush store for 2023, and right now you can see the total sales as of now for the past week's Rush store. And I would just like to say congratulations to all the people who went ahead and, well, you know, thank you, I guess you could also say, for buying the Charitable Rush skins. Like I said last week, it's all for a good cause, and the subscriber count is the actual sales count because you can technically only buy one of these skins each. So like you got 6,800 sales for the MP5, you got 8,000 plus sales for the AK, about 9,650 sales for the Hoodie, and even the garage door did almost 15,000 sales. So all proceeds go towards Charitable Rust in helping Charity Water this year. They raised a lot of money last weekend, and with all of these sales, there's going to be even more money. So pat yourself on the back, you did it for a nice good cause. Congratulations, or thank you, or you get it. Anyway, so last night we of course did our abnormal barders as well. As you can see here, both the Hoodie and pants did get a fairly decent amount of extra purchases because, well, if we take a quick look at the abnormal support, these still have their $2 buy orders. Someone walked in and put down a big fat 200 quantity buy order at $2. You could buy these right now for $1.99 each. Now, you can see some sales have come down to here at $2.30, but how will this potentially change when this Rush store has disappeared? What's going to happen? So we'll keep an eye on the likes of that, and of course you also see the same thing with the likes of the pants right here. I even went ahead and bought a bunch myself. Here you go, I bought a decent amount, just 10 each. I wasn't being super crazy, I just thought, you know what, I could put some money down, let's see what happens there. So I did that, very nice, very cool. And yeah, we'll see if that actually holds the value, and we'll see what potentially happens with that in the future. But do bear in mind, I do have a very strong buy order right here as well. I just thought to myself, you know what, maybe it never ever goes below $2. Maybe I'm just better off just buying 10 each just to see what happens. So we'll keep an eye out for that. Now you've also got the likes of the Chameleon LR300. Sorry, I said that too quickly. Yeah, the buy orders for this basically end at about $2. Will this be alright? That's a good question. We'll have to see what happens there. Then with the likes of the Altar Garage Door, and well, this is a $3 skin, and the buy orders basically end at like, well, just under $2. So I don't imagine that's going to be retaining its value. But I really do get the feeling people are sleeping on this, because if we keep seeing more and more of these deplorables being made and accepted, well, all the better for it. So keep an eye out for that. And then this actually did eventually appear. The Fallen Salvage Sword did eventually appear, but I really don't think it's going to be retaining its value. I mean, the last fairly fat buy order is a 75-cent buy order. I don't really think anybody wants to go near Salvage Sword skins. We basically talked about that last night. So, yeah. Always keep an eye on the likes of the YouTube. Last night we did do the abnormal buy orders, and the video is right there. Hope you watched it, and I hope you got a good idea of what we potentially could be expecting today, because things are a little bit weird. In regards to today, I'm expecting Halloween skins. I am expecting that. But the actual Halloween update isn't coming out until October 23rd, so that's the next Monday. So if you're hopping into Rust today, looking around thinking, where's the Halloween stuff? No, that's October 23rd. But the Halloween skins, I do believe, will be coming out today. I hope they're not coming out on the 23rd as well. But what I should also point out is maybe we don't get the items today. So you know how we have the likes of the Cursed Cauldron and the Skull Rock and the candles and the mummy wraps and whatnot. I get the feeling they might not be out today. I'm like 50-50 on it. I think we will see them, but I kind of think they might be holding on to them until October 23rd. We shall see. But also today, we can expect the arrival of some new items because, well, we've been talking about it for quite a long time. Here it is. It's the Dracula face mask. Now, that does look a bit goofy, doesn't it? But that is definitely a metal face mask. And we also have the likes of the cape as well. I'm not 100% sure if the cape's also something you can buy as well, or it's just something that's going to be in-game. There is also the Vampire Stake bone knife skin, and there was like something mentioning about a ghost sheet. I'm not sure if that was just something to that was passed on to the likes of the cape here, because you know how you have the ghost sheet that already exists in game. Maybe they needed like the movement to just kind of be copy pasted onto the cape. We shall see. But anyway, you cannot wear body armor or anything like that. No hoodies or anything when you wear the cape. So we'll see if that, you know, works out nicely. Of course, if it does appear later, we do have to talk about how we're going to approach it, because items are different, all right? We have to consider what might happen with the likes of items, and we basically did it last year, and I have some great examples to show off to you. But with the arrival of these, and if they are marketable, what potentially could happen to the likes of last year's Halloween items? We had, what, like 13 Halloween items last year? let's count them all up again. So if I can remember, we had we had 11. Yeah, we had 11 skins here, and then we had like 12 items. We had the Cursed Cauldron, the Mummy Wraps, the Skull Rock, Large Candle Set, Carvable Pumpkin, Cultist Deer Torch, Fogger 3000, Skull Spikes, Strobe Light, Skull Trophy, Hockey Mask, and Baseball Bat. I'm under the impression that the likes of the Vampire Mask and the Vampire Stake Skin are basically made to replace these. I'm under the impression now that every Halloween we're going to get a special type of gimmick face mask and special type of gimmick weapon skin, which would probably mean these two might not be returning today. We shall see. But we can't really confirm it until, it's actually right in front of us. Now, Cultist Deer Torch, not 100% sure what's going on with the likes of that. I kind of get the feeling that might be sticking around for every single year now. It's like a perfectly fine torch skin. How could you say no? Will we see the Cursed Cauldron return? Will we potentially even see the likes of Skull Fire Pit return? Because that skipped last year, didn't it? But this skips every other year. And, well, this year we could expect it. Again, we shall see. But is there any other item that you reckon we potentially might not see? Like, we've seen it all before, haven't we? Guys, I've talked about this, but we've had the likes of Surgeon Scrub, Skull Door Knocker. Of course, very early on we had the Jack-O-Lantern Happy and Angry. Well, they were never brought back. Scarecrow only came out for 2017, was never brought back. So, consider the possibility, and we will react to what we see, all right? Because if we see something hasn't been brought back, we have to question if it's ever going to be brought back. If that makes sense to all of you. So these two might be pretty interesting today, and, well, we're just going to have to wait and see what happens next. Now, don't forget, when the Halloween Rush Store rotates in, we do have several regular skins that will become marketable. We have the likes of the Boots, we have the Python, we have the AK, we have the Sheepman of Door skin, and we have the Chemical Burn Bow. Chemical Burn Bow, I'm keeping an eye on you because you have ridiculously low sales. Could that potentially be vulnerable to manipulation at some point? Maybe not this year, but at some point next year. Ooh, keep an eye out. And, yeah, basically, guys, it's a waiting game now, isn't it? What will come out when? When? So, last call, guys, to my chat. If you want to get a Charitable Rush skin, this is your last chance, because this could change, or this could rotate any second now, any minute now. Who knows? So, good day to you, Mr. Sebisek. Hope you're doing all right as well. I'm just screaming and shouting about pixels, like every other Thursday. And remember, if you ever want to turn up for a Rush Store rotation stream, just look in the description of this video, and you will see links to the likes of my Twitter, my Twitch, and even my Discord, if you're interested in the likes of that. So, with that, it's just basically a waiting game now. It is just basically a waiting game. Any other commits being mentioned today? Nothing in regards to Halloween, it seems. We've got a metal detector. Alright, well, I guess we're just going to have to skip ahead and wait and see what potentially will be appearing right in front of us. Right, people, so the Rush Store has rotated. It took a while. Let's go take a look. I'm going to refresh, and what do I see? Necro, cool. Kraken! So we did see a lot of continuations. Grim Farmer, Garage Door, Spider Cocoon, Zombow, hey, Fridge from Hell. So yeah, they did accept the Spider Web Rug. I thought that might have been questionable. That's like super transparent. Huh. I thought that was a little bit too ridiculous. Apparently not. Well, that's going to be a talking point. So, Fridge from Hell, not surprised by that. LR300, small box. Okay. I would have expected some more door skins, but maybe they're saving that for next week. But continuation here. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Right then, so with that, that's 1, 2, 3, 12 skins. How many items are we going to see? I don't currently know. We're going to have to look over here. SGMM, wake up. Tell me things I need to know. Let me see. Come on. Are we going to have a blog post as well? I'm not sure. Come on, work for me. Right, are you broken? No, it hasn't really done anything yet. Still thinks this is out. I mean, I guess you could quickly jump in and buy an extra skin if you really want to. But, yeah, we got the Halloween skins now. Right, you know what we'll do? We'll skip ahead, and when we get it all in front of us, then we can start screaming and shouting about it. So, yeah, we'll do that. Right, people, we're back, and as you can see, not a single item is right in front of us. So what basically happened? Well, we can only assume. I did mention earlier that I was under the assumption that maybe we might not see the items today. Maybe they're going to be rolled out with the actual Halloween event this Monday. So on October 23rd, Monday, 7 o'clock in the evening UK time. Remember, figure out your time zones if you can. So 7 o'clock Monday, October 23rd in the UK. That's when the Halloween event is actually going to get introduced to Rust. And I would be under the assumption that we'll also see the inclusion of all the items that are going to be added. Now, how many items is that going to be? I don't know. Is it even going to happen on Monday? Probably not. Maybe we're not going to see them until next week. Yeah, maybe that is the case. Maybe we're not going to see it until next week. Who knows? But at the very least, it's a lot of skins. I'm pretty sure a lot of people are happy with what we got. There's a lot to talk about in regards to some of these. Quite a lot of transparency. We've got a glow dark weapon as well. We also need to bring that up. And you might also notice continuations. Yeah, if you saw my recent Rust Workshop skin checks video talking about all the continuations, we talked about the Kraken shell and the Necro and the Fridge from Hell and whatnot. But let's not worry about that right now. Let's talk about what is and isn't abnormal. So let's get this all figured out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. This Fridge from Hell is abnormal. This garage door is abnormal. This Kraken shell hoodie and pants, they are not abnormal. The Necro chestplate and face... Oh, wait, the face mask is. Probably because of the transparency. It looks quite cool. We'll talk more about that. But yeah, I get the feeling they probably thought, you know what, this looks extra goofy. We should probably make it a little bit more pricey. And yeah, so that is abnormal. Then we have the likes of the Spider Cocoon Furnace. This is abnormal. The Spider Web Rug is abnormal. The Neon Spooky... the Spooky Neon Small Box is abnormal. The Zombie Banger LR is not abnormal. The Zombie SAR is abnormal. And the Zombow is not abnormal. That will mean that we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 abnormal skins this week out of 12 skins. So I reiterate, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 skins that are abnormal. I accidentally did that out of order, but yeah, it's fine. You get the idea. Cool. Right, so let's just close all of that. Right then. So if we get the items on the 23rd, that means we have to do abnormal buy orders for potentially new items on Sunday night. Oh, that's going to be fun. I hope you're looking forward to it, chat. We're going to have to do abnormal buy orders on a Sunday. That's if we do see new items, and I'm pretty sure we will be. So if that actually happens, that's actually going to be pretty funny. So keep an eye out for that. We'll be discussing that. I might have to make like a special video on Monday talking about that. So we'll see what happens. Anyway, let's start talking about the regular skins. So with the Rust rotation, Pirate Python, that became marketable, and it's actually got quite a lot of buy orders, going all the way up to about $1.40. And currently there's only 10 of them, but listed at $3. What do you reckon its future might end up being like? Do you reckon this is going to be doing quite all right? Do you reckon at the very least it's going to be doing better than most of the other Pythons? So quickly look over to here. These are the final sales for all the skins that came out last week. Pirate Python, this looks like it did bare minimum 10,000 sales. And when you look at the likes of all the other Pythons that came out this year, they aren't doing super good. No. And we did talk about that last night. I do get the feeling that their collection probably is going to help out the likes of that Python. And I get the feeling a lot of people mistakenly assume this is like a budget blackout Python. It's not. It's not. The budget, no, the actual blackout Python has transparency. This does not. But yeah, we shall see. Anyway, you've also got the likes of the high quality metal boots. This is barders going all the way up to 90 cents. So maybe we'll see even more high quality metal stuff being made and accepted. We shall see. Best of luck to you, Mr. Diaz. Then with the likes of the dystopian cell door, barders are only going up to 75 cents. This is like a perfect example of people not being super keen with sheet metal doors at the moment. Then we also have the likes of the cheese gun, the cheese-covered AK-47, and what do you see right in front of you? Well, yeah, it doesn't have any barders above 90 cents. People are being extra cautious. They don't have a lot of faith in AKs at the moment either. Then again, maybe some people just lactose intolerant. Anyway, moving on. Then we have the likes of the chemical burn bow, and I'm keeping an eye on this one because I really do feel like something weird might happen with this. Give it some time, it very likely could be bought out, purely based on the fact that it was one of the lowest selling skins that we've had introduced all of this year. Just barely over 4,000. So, yep, get a good look at all of that. Very nice. Did we see any changes in regards to the abnormal skins? Doesn't look like they've really changed that much. I'm pretty sure Abyss will be maintaining its price for a fairly long time. And Chameleon LR, well, you've only got barders basically going up to about $2.20. Altar Garage Door, well, It looks like it's starting to get some more buy orders, but again, we shall see what happens next. And the Fallen, well, hardly anything's changed there. So that's everything that we needed to talk about in regards to the skins from the last week. Let's now start talking about Halloween Rust Store 2023 Week 1. Here we go. So immediately you might notice that we've seen some continuations, which I've already brought up. That right there is the first fridge skin to be accepted in a Rust store that's marketable in like 3 years. So that's going to be a fun thing to talk about. Transparency. And how much transparency on a rug? And then you've got a glow-in-the-dark weapon. So let's just jump straight in. Based on the best performing skin so far in terms of sales, let's talk about the Grim Farm Garage Door. So this is made by Johnny Oldboy. Do you remember a good few months back he made that very cool looking Monuments Glass Garage Door? Well, that sold very nicely. Loads of people wanted that, and then suddenly we're getting more and more garage doors after that, and well, unfortunately, it hasn't really retained its value. And I just want to bring that up, because the main thing that you have to be well aware of is that by default, Halloween themed skins, and this applies to all holiday themed skins, they don't really retain their value. Please understand that maybe some people don't really want to have a pumpkin garage door when it's like March or June, Christmas time. You know, do you get what I mean? Like, it's a very cool looking door. Very nice glow in the dark. But that's only good for October, isn't it? What happens when it's not October? Yeah, we've got problems. And I could actually take a look at some of the Christmas skins, for example. Let's go take a look at the Christmas garage doors that came out over the past 2 years. How are they holding up right now? Well, I mean, that gingerbread one's doing pretty good because we know about the gingerbread building skin for December. But that snowflake right there, still down by 25%. What about the one before that? Tasty, well, that's equals, that's evens. All right, it's awkward because we're kind of close to Christmas still. Ah, damn, this is awkward. What about Easter? Yeah, Easter. Do we have any Easter ones? We do not have any Easter ones. Damn, I was trying to prove a point here. Well, I'm sure you understand that when we're out of season with the holiday that the skin is based around or gimmick towards, it's not going to do very well. So I get the feeling at December time, this is going to probably be comfortably below its Rust store price. Wouldn't be surprised in the slightest if that happens. So again, let's just kind of be a little bit more smart with this. If you're wanting to try and make a nice investment, you don't want to rush into making a purchase immediately. However, if you happen to like all of these skins, by all means, buy it, use it, appreciate it, show support to the skin creators, you know. But if you're wanting to buy these skins to try and make a profit, I'm honestly instantly assuming that this is going to be a bit awkward. Now, yes, some of these skins that you see right here in front of you, they do have some special gimmicks that we will bring up. But this right here, just a perfectly fine, cool-looking garage door. But it's very gimmick towards Halloween. And like I said, when it's not Halloween, will people still want that? Most likely no. But if you want to be all nice and festive for Halloween and you think it looks really cool for it, buy it. Show your support. Johnny Oldboy does very cool looking garage door skins, and I'm not surprised that was picked. So out of the many other garage doors, that was your winner. So congrats once again, Mr. Johnny Oldboy. And well, it's abnormal. We don't need to rush into buying it. We'll take our time. We'll keep an eye on the sales, and then we'll make a decision next week, and we'll consider what prices we want to offer for it, and then, you know, we'll do the buy orders first. But by default... by default. Actually, do you know what I can do? I could show you the Christmas skins that came out last year and then show how they performed afterwards. Like, do we have a Halloween skin that came out last year? Ghostly Flame is cool, but it's not super gimmicky for Halloween. Do we have a Halloween skin from the past? Neon Pumpkin? Well, you just look cool by default. Okay, I can't. Christmas is a whole lot easier to notice. Right, so this is what tends to happen with a holiday themed skin. So this came out last year for last Christmas. Right now it's currently selling for about $2.20. Very nice, that's cool. But look what happens immediately when the holiday is over. Nobody cares anymore. Nobody wants it. It's unfortunate, but it is what it is. Now, it did rise up in price quite nicely in the summer. There was a big fuss about preparing for investing towards the likes of Christmas and whatnot. This actually will be going up in price quite comfortably because over the course of the next 6 weeks, we're only getting closer and closer and closer to December. Something for you to consider right now. So, yeah, that right there, I do worry for it. So, in terms of investing, buy order first. But if you like it, buy it. Support the skin creator because it's a very cool looking skin. And, you know, enjoy yourself for Halloween. That's all, you know, that's what matters. Right, so shall we move on? Sir Q has yet another From Hell skin. But we've kind of got to be aware of the From Hell collection. Go take a look at it right now. What do you see? That's a lot of red. And I'm not talking about the skins themselves. I'm talking about the position that they're currently in. Down 57, down 54, down 61, down 39, down 60, down 33, down 24, down 37, up 68, down 8, down 49. So let me just kind of give you a nice quick bit of context. During the year, From Hell skins don't seem to do very well. Yet weirdly, when it's like post-Christmas time, when it's like January time, basically, you suddenly see all of these getting bought out. You suddenly see these in the positive. Yeah, yes. So whilst this might look a little bit uneasy, I've seen it with last year, because basically the exact same thing happened last year. They were all in the negative, and then January hits, and suddenly everybody wants it. Everybody wants to buy it. Suddenly the prices are a whole lot better. Now, we also need to point out this is a fridge skin that's marketable, and we haven't had one of those in 3 years' time. Take a look at this. Wow, look at that. So, yeah, to make a comparison with all of these isn't going to really do this any favours, because, well, these are kind of fairly vintage. This is half the reason why, if you're ever to open the likes of a loot box, you know, the weapon barrel or the high quality bag or the high quality crate. Crate's usually the best to open, because you have so many deployable items that have not had a marketable skin in ages that, yeah, they're valuable, and you're more likely to retain at least some money if you open the crate compared to the other loot boxes. But this has now appeared. And someone actually brought up a very good point earlier. What happens if we keep seeing more and more Twitch drops? Will this affect the prices of other skins, you know, marketable skins and whatnot? And I had a thought, and I looked at the likes of the locker skin, for example, and, well, let's just quickly go over to here. I know this is going to go off on a bit of a tangent, but just keep this in mind, right? So lockers used to be something we used to hardly ever see. And then last year, July time, we saw the arrival of the Outer Planets locker, right? So I just want to show you one of the lockers that used to be very valuable before. This is the Muertos locker. Get a good look at this. Right now it's only selling for about $8, which we can see right now. But you want to see what this was selling for in the past. Oh, $7.50 now. Oh, wow, damn, that was quick. But yeah, look at the prices it was selling for before. This was selling close to around $30. But something happened, and I've basically already revealed it to you. What is this? Do you see how it's kind of very nicely sitting in the positive here in the summer of 2022, and it dips a bit? What happened around July time? The arrival of the Outer Planets locker. And then what came after that? The Augusta Bell locker that was given away for free. Then we had the Witch Altar locker, which appeared around Halloween time last year. And then during 2023, we had the likes of the Lunar Locker Rabbit, the Control Panel locker, the Locker from Hell, the Twitch Rivals locker, the Power Cassie locker, and the H June locker. These three were given away for free during Twitch Rivals, all three of them at the same time, for free. Then we also had the likes of the Pixel locker here not too long ago, and of course Charitable Rust, which was literally just last weekend. Loads of people just got this for free as well. So basically, now that you take all that into consideration, you're probably not too surprised to see that this has now started to go slowly down in price. Not very good, is it? Awkward. So, yeah. Will we potentially see what we just saw there with the lockers happening to the likes of all of these fridge skins now? Just a little bit of an insight I thought I'd show to all of you, but yeah. That very likely could happen. Could we potentially see a whole lot more fridge skins now being made, considering that this has been accepted after 3 years? Will we see a whole lot more fridge skins being given away as a Twitch drop, for example? Consider it. But then you also need to consider, look, guys, how often are you even using a fridge? Like, for decorative purposes and whatnot, that's a cool looking fridge. Fair enough, that is cool, but not everybody is going to be operating in a massive group where you can have like a whole larder to yourself with a massive kitchen. I'm joking, but you get the idea. I just don't think tons of people are going to be actively wanting to use the fridge. I've got a small box. I just hide anything there. It's not like you have to keep it fresh. Anyway. So I think it's a very cool skin to see. And I am well aware of last year's Halloween where we got the Rug from Hell, and that just did instantly good. Like, instantly good afterwards. If you don't remember, the Rug from Hell came out last year for the second week of Halloween, and it sold for $2.49 as well, with the likes of that fridge. I've clicked Christmas. Sorry, I've got Christmas on the mind. Here we are. So yeah, this sold a lot. Sold for $2.49, and then instantly, like a week later, this was up to like $5. People going crazy for it. Very cool rug skin to have that you can put all along your base and inside and whatnot. Very nice. But with the likes of the fridge, I'm pretty sure you can't exactly do that. I'm pretty sure you can't just put it wherever you damn well want. So it's definitely something to consider. But we should really recognise that this is a very, very cool looking fridge skin. And I think a lot of people will be greatly appreciating this. Sir Q, you've done a wonderful job here. But I do get the feeling, based on the fact that we hardly ever see marketable fridge skins, and it's a From Hell skin, that it's probably going to sell quite a lot. And I do have to take into consideration the current state of From Hell skins. So I'm not going to rush into buying that. It's abnormal. I don't have to rush into anything. Cool looking skin, fair enough. Consider buying it. Support the skin creator. You get the whole deal. But in terms of wanting to make a profit out of this, I'd rather look at the sales numbers and then next Wednesday make a decision in how I'm going to approach it, if that makes sense. Because, yeah, I've seen awkwardness before. However, last year I was very hesitant with the likes of the From Hell rug. And I missed out. I haven't actually picked one up yet for a buy order. Because I decided to only stick with a buy order. But then seeing how everybody reacted afterwards, well, I've learned from that. But will this fridge also emulate what we saw last year? I don't know. I really don't. So we had to keep an eye on it. So yeah, abnormal. We're going to wait it out, see what happens next. Cool, 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 cool. Spider Cocoon Furnace. Right. This is a cool looking furnace. Get a good look at that. That right there. If you happen to not like spiders, well, tough. It's very nice that this was accepted, and we also got the rug as well. So, you know what? That's a bit of a flavour win there, face punch. Anyway, as you can see, the emission layer looks very, very nice. This was made by Jessen and Xenia Paris. They did a very cool job of this. But I do have to kind of feel a little bit hesitant in regards to how furnaces have performed throughout all of this year. So, look at this. Look at how they're currently operating. That's not super good, is it? It's a little bit awkward. But we still have some furnaces that are holding up quite all right. I'm noticing zombie furnaces starting to go back up in price. That's pretty cool. But yeah, most of them not doing so well. But again, I was in this position last year looking at all of these 2022 furnace skins. Guess what? Post-Christmas time, nearly all of them were above their rust or price. Yes. So with the likes of that, I'm cautious. We have had quite a lot of furnace skins somewhat recently, haven't we? But looking at that, that's a standout, cool-looking skin. But I am still hesitant. I am still a fair bit worried. But I can look at something like that and think, you know what? I think that will be doing very nicely in the future. I think that will be doing ever so nicely. Now, the green colour, I think people will be appreciating that. The glow-in-the-dark emission layer, well, it's not glow-in-the-dark. It has to be turned on to show off the colour and whatnot. I think people will be appreciating that. The spiders and the cobwebs, I think that actually might work out quite all right. Now, when you look at it, it doesn't have like pumpkins all over it and whatnot. It's not like you wouldn't instantly sit there and say, okay, yeah, that's definitely a Halloween skin. I mean, maybe, but like, do you understand what I mean? It's not like trying to force it. It's not saying Happy Halloween on it or whatever. So, looking at the likes of that, I do think that actually might work out quite all right. But it's also abnormal skin. So, yeah, you get the idea. So, yeah, I think I just want to leave it till next week and make a consideration, keep an eye on the sales and whatnot, but very cool looking skin, and I think that will be getting quite a lot of appreciation, especially around post-Christmas time when loads of people return to play the game and see that for the first time. How high might it go? I can't really answer, but we have seen some very cool looking furnace skins that have come out during Halloween that prospered very nicely afterwards. In fact, why don't we just quickly go ahead and see the most expensive one? And, well, you know, I'm already noticing the likes of a Halloween skin here, Halloween skin here, Halloween skin here. Yep, I'm thinking that it probably could have a pretty good future ahead of it. So, we shall see, alright? We shall see. Moving on, we have the likes of the Spooky Neon Small Box. So, Epic, earlier this year, he had an Easter skin accepted. Now we have a Halloween skin. Wow, look at that. And then last year, he had a Christmas skin. Cool. Anyway, so we have to take into consideration what potentially might work out with the likes of this, because instantly you can see pumpkins and bats, and you know what? It's perfectly fine for what it is, but it's definitely very gimmicky towards Halloween. You can see that for yourself. I worry for that then. All right, like I said earlier, if it's very gimmicky towards the specific holiday, you're potentially going to have some problems. We went all over that in regards to the garage door. So if it's out of season, what's likely going to happen to it? It's probably not going to retain its value. If we get fairly close to the, October again, will that potentially go back up in price? Well, the best thing that I can make a nice comparison to is the small box that we had last year. Yep, we had a pumpkin skin, didn't we? Let's go take a look at that. There you go. Very gimmicky towards Halloween. Down 40%. It's October and it's still down by 40%. So let's just go take a look at its history. And this very likely could be how our brand new Halloween box is going to emulate. This is... Yes, let's go take a look. And, well, what do we see here? So it went down a fair bit after Halloween. That's expected. It actually went up in price quite nicely for post-Christmas, so that could potentially be something that happens all over again. But then after post-Christmas, down. It didn't really recover that much. And, yeah, it's just been on a downward trend, basically. So, yeah, unfortunately, after seeing how that performed, I'm just not super motivated with that right now. So that very likely will just be me sticking with a buy order. Cool looking box, but very gimmicky towards Halloween, so it's awkward. So yeah, it's abnormal. Don't need to rush into buying it. We'll keep an eye on it. We'll keep an eye on the sales. But I will remember this. Epic had this Easter box accepted early this year, and like very weirdly, this actually instantly went in the positive. Yeah, that instantly went in the positive, and it lasted for like a month. Maybe the exact same thing happens all over again. That's not something I feel like is going to be a guarantee, but just something I wanted to point out from what I can remember in the past. Right. Spider web rug. Let's go take a look at it. Guys, this is pretty ridiculous. Never would I have imagined that we would have a rug with this much transparency. Like, when I looked at this, I just basically brushed it off. Like, I did not think Face Punch would ever accept something like this, ever. And then they did. So, Charitable McQuarrie, congratulations. But we now have to consider what's likely going to happen now. Because, like, guys, you know that whole thing, like, where you like to put a rug over your window, and it has some transparency, you can see through it, and it's a very nice advantage to have. Look at it! It's basically mostly all transparent. So, yeah, that's something to keep an eye out for, isn't it? Now, how much will this sell? All right, how much will this sell? Number one, pretty cool idea that you can cover your entire base in cobwebs. That's okay, you know, some people probably will appreciate that and whatnot, but I really do feel like the transparency is where it's going to be mostly utilised, because again, when you put that over a window, you can look through it. People might notice you, they'll try and shoot you, but it's going to hit the rug, and the rug will hopefully absorb most of the damage and keep you safe. But you now have noticed where they are, so you can quickly seal up your window and get prepared for the defence. So yeah, very useful for base defence, it seems. You definitely don't want to get a feather duster to clean that up, but yeah. Honestly, I'm somewhat motivated by that. I'm pretty sure that's going to probably become maybe the top seller this week. Purely based on the fact that, listen, it takes one TikTok video to talk about how this can be utilised, and then suddenly up in price. So we'll have to keep an eye on that one. This is also abnormal, so I kind of expect this to sell quite a lot. I just want to see how much, because we should also point out how many rug skins we had accepted this year. A lot, 7. Do you reckon we might see a Christmas one this year as well? Do you reckon we might see another one next week? Because there was a lot of rug skins that are submitted for Halloween this year. So we'll keep an eye on that. Grass rug's holding up quite all right, so good job to you there, buddy. But this, I need to wait a little bit more. I need to see how many sales have happened, and yeah. But listen. If you like it, buy it. All right, buy it. Support the skin creator. That's a very cool looking rug, and I don't think we're going to get anything like that ever again. Or maybe we're just going to see it constantly now, because that was accepted. So we shall see, But that right there is special. Hello, Benji. I'm currently talking about Rust right now, buddy. Are you talking about something that was going on there? Oh, Astro. Sorry. Okay. Right. Awesome. Right, okay. Yeah, I know it's interesting, Daniel. I already talked about it. Okay, let's start talking about the likes of Necro Tier 3. So, I made a bit of a joke saying, ha ha ha, it's green camouflage. Well, what do you reckon? maybe, no, I don't know. Listen, you got another 2 years to see the Tier 2 and the hoodie and pants, so you're going to wait a while. But anyway, this is a continuation of the AK. It should pop up here, hopefully. Yep, there we go. Hey, there we go. Right, there we are. So this was accepted 2 years ago. We've now got this. And if you watch my Rust Workshop skin checks video, I actually brought up this, didn't I? And yeah, you got to get a good look at this face mask right here. Because I'm not surprised this was listed at a higher price. That is... Oh, hey, Jessin. I've seen the furnace. It's very good. Well done, buddy. There's like 10 other furnaces and you're the winner. So congrats. I don't like spiders that much, so I'm going to probably avoid it, but I think it's going to probably be a very nice investment in the future. Congratulations, buddy. But I've already talked about it. I've got to talk about the Necro face mask now. But good stuff there, Jess, and I reckon that's going to do at least 20,000 sales, but we shall see. All right, Necro face mask. Here's looking at you. We got a lovely bit of transparency being used here. I don't know if we're going to see this much being used ever again, but pretty goofy. Got the brains on the top. That's funny. But, like, will people appreciate that as time goes on? Mishka did a very good job of this. Now, it doesn't glow in the dark. He's just standing next to the cauldron, don't worry. But this right here, is it something everybody's going to be chasing after? Or maybe, just maybe, people are only going to want to use the face mask. We should point out that the brain, pink, grassy environments, that's going to get noticeable. But we shall see. Would you say that's very gimmicky for Halloween? I'd lean towards yes. But overall, that's still a very cool looking face mask. Like, what do you reckon? How many sales do you reckon that might have? And then do you anticipate now, next Halloween, to see a continuation? Tier 2 or Hoodie and Pants? We shall see, we shall see. Now, this is abnormal, and I definitely think this is going to be saying a whole lot more compared to the likes of the chest plate. Chest plate, however, I could just, point out, that's a perfectly fine piece of, like, green armour. Like, there's nothing really stand out on that. You've got a few little red, browny discolorations there, but it's still mostly green. That actually might be interesting, right? Keep an eye on that. Like, you might not be able to afford a Forest Raiders chest plate, but, well, maybe. We'll keep an eye on that. But the face mask, the brain, maybe not so much, but it's a cool-looking face mask. That's abnormal. I want to look at the sales first. Wednesday night, I'll make a consideration, then I'll consider what I'm going to do next. But again, if you happen to like what you see, buy it, support the skin creators. So, cool. Now, talking about continuations, we also have the likes of the Kraken shell. We really do need to bring up, if we take a look at the front page of the Rusted Steam Market, Kraken shell has been bought out. People have basically attacked Kraken shell, grabbed all that they can, and, well, you know what? Next year, wouldn't be surprised if we see Tier 2 being made now, because 2 years in the trot. Last year we had Tier 3. This year we got Hoodie and Pants. And all of the Tier 3 just got bought out ever so nicely. So, yeah. What do you reckon? Do you reckon it's a cool looking design? Do you reckon it's a cool looking set? I like it. I made a big fuss about talking about how I really do like how the little Kraken monsters being utilised as the hood. That's awesome. And you got all the teeth there. Yeah, it's an awesome looking design. I wonder what the Tier 2 might look like, but I wouldn't be surprised if we do see it next year. However, you also have to take that into consideration. You have to wait another year. Awkward. And then you have to hope it gets accepted. Awkward, but probably would be accepted. Anyway. Very cool looking design. I think a lot of people would appreciate that for maybe some roleplay and whatnot. But in the actual gameplay and whatnot, well, that's a little bit questionable. But again, very cool looking design. I definitely want to give props to the approach of it. Loads of people did zombies, like vampire stuff, because we know about the vampire content and whatnot. But, deep sea horror, that's cool. And I don't think many people really jumped onto that. So, City, cool stuff there. Nice to see the continuation was accepted. Nice to see it right there. Wouldn't be surprised if it sells very nicely. I have many Kraken shell things. Sell now. Yes, Benji. Sell. Sell, Benji. Sell. Look at it. Look at it. It's getting bought out. Look at it all. Look at it. Look at it. Benji, there is no other... well, maybe next year if we see the final piece being accepted. But Benji, now is the best time. I was actively looking earlier to see if I had any Kraken shell stuff. Apparently I don't, which is quite a surprise. But Benji, I wouldn't sell tons of it all at once. But, in small quantities, just slowly roll all of it out. And, yeah, do it now, Benji, whilst you still have the time. Okay, so back over to the likes of here. Now, this isn't abnormal. The Hoodie and Pants here aren't abnormal. And I should take into consideration that I don't think it's going to retain the value that it has at the moment. I wouldn't be surprised if it goes back down again. When Tier 3 first came out, for a very long time, that was sitting like around 50 cents. Not too many people really cared for it. They care for it now, as you just saw, as I mentioned. But I get the feeling once all this is said and done, this is probably all going to go back down in price again. So that's why, Mr. Benji, I would recommend that you consider selling it. Grab the profits whilst you can, is the answer I'd say. But I'll keep an eye on the amount of sales it has and whatnot. But I'm not 100% sure that this is going to be perfectly fine. Again, I could see people liking it for the roleplay and whatnot. in general, I think it's a very cool looking skin. I have to reiterate that once more. That looks cool, but yeah, I just can't imagine it's going to be doing super great. So yeah, we'll leave it for now. You bought them for 30 cent euros. That's great, mate. I would sell it now. I would sell it now. That's my answer to you again, Benji. So choice is yours. Right, now we should talk about the likes of the zombie SAR. So this is going to be up for debate. Feel free to comment what you think. This is a very cool looking SAR, but it has something special about it. This is a glow-in-the-dark SAR. Do you see that? Do you see the eyes as they stare at you, the brain? It glows in the dark. Now, this appears to be the only portion that glows in the dark, all right? So, imagine this. You're running around, and I know a lot of people are sitting there saying, pay to lose, pay to lose. No, listen. The glow-in-the-dark is facing you, all right? It's facing you. No one else is going to see that, are they? All right? So, consider this. If someone can see it, they would have to be behind you. They've probably already shot you. So listen. We don't really see that much glow-in-the-dark weapons. And again, I wouldn't, it's not too hard to imagine why. But again, this only is glow-in-the-dark in front of you. I don't think everybody is going to be able to notice that. All right? So in regards to this, again, it's up for debate. Feel free to comment. Feel free to share your thoughts. All right? But in regards to this, I'm curious, and I like to see some glow-in-the-dark weapons every now and then. And the way it's been done, I think it's perfectly fine. But, let's keep an eye on the sales. This is abnormal. It's a $3 skin, but will it actually retain its value? And take a look at all the SARs that we've had somewhat recently. I don't think so. Look at that. Chameleon's doing all right, but, very well built up collection, doing very nicely. This right here, this is going to be completely independent. Plus, it's, Halloween skin. It's a zombie. So, what do you reckon? Would the brain be somewhat useful to notice where the aim site is at night time, and would that somehow be a pay-to-win skin? We're going to leave it for now, right? But that right there, by default, I'm assuming it's going to go down in price, below its rust or price. But will the glow-in-the-dark gimmick somehow be helpful for it? We shall see, But yeah. All right. Then we have the Zombie Bang LR300. And, well, I'm sorry to say, look at all the LR300s that we have, and what do we see? Lots of negativity. Yeah, the Chameleon LR is holding up, but that's part of a nice collection. That's being boosted by the collection it's part of. But all of these other ones are a perfect representation of how people view the LR300 at the moment. The gun demand, not very good, I'm afraid. Not very good. So, yeah, all of these, less than $1. What do you reckon is going to happen to the likes of this? Halloween gimmicked? An LR300? Yeah, I'm sorry to say, but congratulations L4FER, but I just don't imagine it's going to do super great. I'll be honest with you, it's not like it's super noticeable that it's a Halloween skin. It's just like flesh. And it is mostly green, it's got red in it as well. No. It's LR300, I'm afraid, so that's very likely to be a 70 cent, 90 cent buy order. Yep. Then we have Zombow, and congratulations, Shedmon. Your Zombow with the crooked teeth here, very nice usage of transparency right there, very cool. Well, it was accepted, congrats. We made quite a bit of a fuss about this when we first saw it. It was like one of the earliest submissions. And, well, early bird gets the worm, you got your skin accepted, congratulations. But we also need to consider, well, hunting bows, how are they holding up at the moment? Let's go take a look. So, let's go to here. And what do I see? Right, yeah, they're not doing very well. They're not doing very well. These are all down to around or less than $1. Look at last year's. They're all down to less than or around $1. Well, actually, these two are kind of holding up quite nicely. Yeah, bow skins, not exactly super good in terms of investment, it seems. It's all good, but you can see that for yourself. Yeah, that's not good. Listen, it's probably going to be a case of just sticking with a buy order. But if you happen to like what you see, and you want to see more creativity being put onto the Steam, the Rust stores and whatnot, please consider buying one. Show your support to the skin creators. I'm not sure how that's going to do in terms of sales, but again, you got to keep an eye on in terms of keeping an eye on the sales on this and whatnot. Sorry, I'm mumbling. But yeah, you get the idea. So I don't know what to expect with the likes of that, Maybe it'll have very low sales. Maybe it'll get a whole lot more. Maybe people appreciate the cool looking teeth and the transparency it has and whatnot. But again, I'm thinking I might just end up sticking with a barter on that. I want to see how many sales happen first. So that's basically everything, and I will reiterate these words once again. When it's a holiday themed Rust store, for every skin that's very gimmicky towards the holiday, they tend to struggle immediately afterwards, immediately after holiday. Because once it's not the holiday, then we have problems, then we have issues. And yeah, that applies to Halloween, that applies to Christmas, it also applies to Easter and whatnot. You know, well, if it's not the holiday anymore, why do I still have the skin? Dump. So, yeah, awkward. But with today's batch of skins, quite a lot of them kind of stood out in a certain way, and I made sure to try my best to bring it up. So, again, how you approach this is up to you. We shall see what happens. Keep an eye on all the sales, blah, 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 blah. You get the idea. Now, tomorrow, of course, I'll be keeping track of the first 24 hours of sales. So, if you were to take a look at my Twitter, which is over to here, consider looking at the description of this video right now. I will always mention the likes of the first 24 hours sales. I also bring up some interesting notes that I see in the likes of the Steam market. Like, I saw this getting a massive buyout just a few days back. And yeah, so if you want to keep informed for weird things happening on the likes of the Steam market and whatnot, and you know, interesting tidbits of information, please consider taking a look at the likes of the Twitter. And yeah, so that's basically it. I'm not sure if there's anything else to scream about anymore. Well, of course, it's Halloween. But yeah, I must reiterate again with this. Yeah, we don't see any items, but maybe, just maybe, they're being held back for October 23rd, the next Monday, 7 o'clock in the evening, UK time. Get your time zones figured out and whatnot. And that's basically it. Yeah, so that's it. And if it's not Monday, it's very likely going to just only be next week, which, you know, it's not like we haven't had that happen before. That's definitely happened in previous Halloween Rust stores. Didn't that happen for 2021? Let me just remind myself. Was it the first week or was it the second week? Halloween, what did we see for 2021? The answer was yep. No items for the first week. And then for the second week, it was the introduction of the pumpkin and the likes of the skull rock. Yep, that was it. So all the items appeared in the second week. That very likely could happen all over again, all right? So just keep that all in mind. What are the current sales looking like right now? Well, up to 2,000. Very cool, very cool. Yeah, very nice. So thank you for watching. I greatly appreciate it. I hope you all enjoyed yourself. And look forward to next week. And this is what you can do right now as well. This is what you can do. Notice all the items that got skins this week. Now hop on to the likes of over here. You know, go back to the submissions page. I reckon we're open for the likes of some primitive, because, you know, we've got like hoodie and pants and tier 2, so maybe we'll see some primitive next week. Maybe we'll get like a burlap head wrap. Maybe some burlap clothing, as you can see all there. Balaclava maybe. Some ponchos, maybe a poncho. We've got plenty of ponchos to pick from. Maybe we'll get the likes of, you know, another skull mask. Maybe we will get those road sun gloves and boots. A bucket helmet, maybe. But yeah, a core piece, I think we're past that now. And then again, what else did we not see? Sleeping bags, we didn't get one of those. We didn't get any single doors, did we? So no large boxes. So it's all open season still. Maybe we will still get another like furnace skin next week. That could still happen, but make a consideration, right? So maybe we could cross out the idea of seeing another rug skin. Maybe we could get a vending machine. Wood skins, single wooden door, double wooden door, single sheet metal door. Didn't get one of those today, even though there's like 18 of them that are submitted. All right, maybe a double door. You know, a garage. No, well, again, could potentially see another garage door, but I wouldn't assume so. So yeah, a hammer, a rock, tools, plenty of stuff all there. We didn't get a shotgun today, did we? Didn't get an AK. I'm very surprised about that. We didn't get an AK, but again, maybe next week. So it's all up to you with what you do with your time and what you do with your money. I tried my best to give you all the heads up in regards to interesting and helpful information. We look forward to next week. Catch you later. See you.